Hey guys, I'm Jay, and those of you that are looking for if you're looking for a larger budget flipper, bam, here you go. This is the Bestech Paladin, and you should be looking at some specs right now. Now, these are measurements that I'd personally taken myself, so for those of you interested, good spot to pause. Let's go ahead and just take care of those size comparisons, and we're going to start out with the Cold Steel Recon 1. Has about a CRKT, the M16, Benchmade, the Mini Crooked River, the ZT0562. Here's another budget offering, the Ganzo Firebird FH13. Then let's wrap up this segment with Spyderco, of course, the PM2, and how about at the opposite end of the spectrum with the Spyderco Para 3. And before we go ahead and get too far in, I just need to do two quick shout outs. The first one is go and check out BigRedEDC and my buddy over there, JB. Let him know that Jay the Knife Beater sent you. And how about, let's do this one, Daily Carry Solutions, DCS. And that is going to be my friend Carlos. And starting out with the blade, you're looking at 3.6 inch. It's a trailing point with a very slight upswept curve. D2 blade steel, and it is flat ground with satin bevel and stone washed flats, which I think is a very nice look. The thickness of the blade, 3.5 millimeters and 1.05 inches wide, so from spine to sharpened edge. Now, the Paladin, unfortunately, it is a very large sharpening choil that is just a little bit too small to be used as a, functioning forward choil. The deployment is accomplished with just the flipper tab that you see here. The blade is riding on a ball bearing pivot. Now, the detent is crazy strong. I mean, and this is a large blade, and this thing, I am unable to shake it loose. Now, the action is fantastic. I mean, it is very, very difficult for me to get this to fail. So being that it is a very big blade, it is gonna drop shut. Oh yeah, like fairly easily. And for those of you that like to do that thumbnail closure deal, where you let it hit your nail on the thumb, then you go ahead and shake her the rest of the way closed, you can, in fact, do that. So I want to bring you in close just so you can get a look at it is a nested liner, and it looks like it's locking up, what do you think, about 25-30%, and there is just plenty of room to get at that lock bar. Now you can see the centering is, wow, look at that, that is just about perfect. Now there is going to be 3 areas of jimping here. So one, of course, on that flipper tab, the next is going to be on that nested liner, and the last on the spine of the blade, which actually feels pretty darn good. Very, very effective jimping here on the spine. Now if we move on down to the handle, you can see with my medium-sized hand, I mean, I can fit all my fingers on this 4.8 inch handle. Now these black G10 scales, they are very, very comfortable. And I don't know if you can see this, but if you kind of stare down the sights, you can see the scales do have just a very slight contour to them. And so there is no sharp edges, I mean, anywhere. And I know that these scales, now they may look potentially slick, but I assure you they are absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, this thing is going nowhere in your hand. Disassembly is going to be fairly straightforward. I mean, there's just only, let me flip it over here. Yeah, just the two body screws, so the T6, and then again the T8 for, of course, the pivot. In the pocket now, Bestech they give you a pocket clip that it's going to be just tip up only, but unfortunately that is going to be just for righties. Yep, no lefty love today. And while it's not really a true deep carry clip, it's actually, I feel that it's deep enough. I mean, it gives you just a little bit to go ahead and pinch to pull that out of your pocket. Now, the closed width here, so the amount of space this is going to take up in your pocket is a very respectable 1.15 inches. Now, the handle thickness is a very robust 0.57 inches, which I found that thickness to be just a little bit odd, because I always thought that, you know, one of the reasons to have nested liners was to reduce the handle thickness. But that's not what happened here. Before we go ahead and just toss this up on the scale, I just want to go ahead and try and show you that it is, I mean, it's like partially open construction with just it's got a very, very short backspacer. And if you look inside, hopefully you can see that, oh, yep, there it is. Just the one liner has been skeletonized in an effort to reduce the weight. So let's see how they did. That's not bad, 4.4 ounces. That's going to be roughly, let's see, the equivalent of 5 AA batteries, or, look at that. Same exact weight as the Bestech Lion. Oh, hey guys, really quick. Go ahead, click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. And if you enjoyed this video and you got any value from it, how about one of these? Thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Before we go ahead and get into the potential deal breakers, there's actually just a question that I'd like to ask you. And simply, if you could just answer down in the comment section below, what's your favorite Bestech? I can go ahead and tell you mine. And it's going to be this guy, yeah, the Lion, which, by the way, I have previously reviewed. So if at the end of this video you look up to the corner and click on the icon, you can watch my full review of the Bestech Lion. Potential deal breaker number 1. It has to be that handle thickness of 0.57 inches. I mean, it's not awful, but it is definitely over that half-inch threshold that a lot of you like to stay within. Potential deal breaker number 2 is going to be regarding that pocket clip. Yeah, and the fact that there is just no left-handed option. And for the amount of money that they're asking for this, I really think that, you know, that should be on here. Lefties should be able to swap that clip. Last potential deal breaker is it's a big one. And now I don't know if this only occurs on my example. That's also something that you guys could chime in about. And it's the fact that if I rub my finger here, yes, I can actually touch that blade. And I think I did just cut myself. Let's see. I did, son of a gun. Yep, I cut myself just rubbing that. Dang it, Jay, why the heck did I do that? So that is just inexcusable. And you know what? If they went ahead and just made this a fully functional forward finger choil, man, say that 5 times fast, that problem, you know, it would be non-existent. So yeah, that's huge. Son of a gun, look at that. Look at that. I gotta go get a Band-Aid. Well, of course, no Band-Aid, but what do? Tape it. This is a man's Band-Aid right here. All right, well, this is going to kind of change the tone of this entire review. Sort of. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You know, I got this on Amazon for about $34. It was on sale. Now, as of this recording today, unfortunately, it's back up to 46, which I was gonna say it's an okay price. I mean, except, you know, if you're gonna go ahead and compare this to like the Ganzo FH11 or FH13 that you see here, then no. I mean, this would seem like a lot less of a value. I mean, this knife would be good for someone with large hands and someone that likes to cut themselves. I would say get this knife. Yeah, wow. So yeah, those of you with larger hands, this would be great. Only if that choil problem is corrected.